Hello, it's Dr. Michael Corcoran again with the Workthreat Group. Wanted to talk today about the Secret Service study that recently came out a couple of months ago. Has to do with all the recent mass shootings in the United States during year 2017. It was a good study from the standpoint that it points out a lot of interesting points that are important when we're looking at what are some of the causes here, what are some of the problems. So I wanted to go through it and really illuminate a little bit more about what they're talking about and discuss some of these issues with you. So we're going to do it in a two-parter. This first part is going to be a quick intro. I'm not going to spend that much time. You'll be seeing the PowerPoint that we put together, and certainly feel free to download that. And it's half a dozen pages, about all frames, and you'll be able to really glean all the intricate information out of there. What I want to do is kind of hit the highlights for you, so you can just listen to this quickly and in a couple of minutes understand what's going on. I think what's important to realize that in slide 2, for example, it really talks about that what this thing is for. It's not a clinical study. I didn't have a double-blind study, so there's always the clinicians that say, well, it's no good, a double-blind study here. But what's important is that they point out things like how important it is to get all your data before you finally make a decision on things that really say that this person is a potential for workplace violence, backgrounds, potential targets that they have, and doing the background on the targets as well, current and past behaviors, situational events such as when they're actually in that specific environment versus other environments. So there's lots of things to be looking at, and this study helps point to that. But going on to slide 3, basically, we're talking about incident overviews. And there, what you've got, where the primary incidents occurred was in businesses. 46% of all of these mass shootings occurred in businesses. And it occurred during regular business hours, Monday through Friday, 7 to 5, I think it was. What is it? Let me look. 7 to 3. And it is over with in 5 minutes or less. So that's an important aspect to look at. There are other aspects to look at too, but that's a good thing to understand that it does happen. It does happen quickly, and it happens like Monday through Friday, 9 to 5 almost type of thing in a business. The attackers, all the attackers were male. Recently we had the YouTube shooting. It was female, so it's unusual, but it can happen. But primarily in all the shootings that happened in 2017, they're all male. All ages, they had a history of drug or alcohol or substance abuse. They had criminal past histories. They had 46%, was it? 64% had a history of mental health problems. So, and these problems are a wide variety. When you talk about mental health issues, we can't automatically put the phrase, well, if it's a mental health issue, then they have the potential for violence. It's just not true. It's just not there. Not enough data to substantiate that. But it's certainly something to be aware of. Okay? Then slide 5, we get into the motives and targeting of what these things were about. 46% had personal grievances, and they were the main motivating factor compared to some type of religious ideology or that type of thing. 39% developed a fixation on a person. So there still is some what we call targeted violence involved, even in this type of a active shooter type of situation. But 57% resulted in harm to random persons. So that's where the difference lies. We can't just automatically assume that if they don't have a specific target, they may not do something. But we have to be more exacting in our backgrounds and our investigations before we make any claims anyway. Slide number 6, basically I'm telling you what's coming up in the second part, because this is the most interesting part. I'm going to talk about the most common theme, and I'm going to give you a hint right now. It has to do with stress. I started this game in 1970, and in 1979 I got my doctorate, and the dissertation was on stress and stress alleviation. So I was really looking at stress being a major issue, and now it's raising its ugly head again, substantiating that It really is. So listen, if you have any questions or comments, please let us know. Contact us. Slide number 7 there gives you all that contact information, our phone number, our website, where to go, or just you can email us at info@workthreat.com. We're glad to answer your questions. Hope you find this useful and that it helps you in understanding more about what are we really concerned about for these active shooter types of things. All right, thank you very much.